Patrick Allen has the best record out of all the left-handers, Parker Bone III included.
Each Couch and Allen have one tour title to their credit this year and are exempt, as is Mika Koivuniemi, who won in wins or locks. We are underway at the Masters.
And when you think of tough lane conditions, you think of Mika Koivuniemi for the simple fact of the stuff that he grew up bowling on. Back in Finland, lane conditions back in the 80s, very difficult. They didn't have the modern lane machines that we have or that we had back then, and he learned basically how to bowl on dirt.
Fifth year on tour for Patrick Allen, the lefty. Couple of titles, including this year in Philadelphia. Dethroning you, partner, as a champion in Philly.
That's okay. Well deserving. Battle with the chicken pox earlier in the year.
But he's here now in Reno. And a 7-pin for PA Patrick Allen, who told us last night he really thinks he does have an advantage as the lone southpaw, because he can trace his path to the pocket as the oil breaks down on the ABC pattern pretty much to his liking.
Well, you know, he can do what the right-handers do on the right side in match play when there's only one righty, or if you have a guy that goes straight and a guy that hooks it. The straight guys like to take balls that are really sanded and burn up a spot for them on the lane. PA has the luxury of doing that, being the only lefty today.
Takes care of the 7-pin, covers for a mark, which leads us to our first Baby Ruth real deal matchup.
Big difference here is average. 10 pins a game higher for Mika Koivuniemi. A lot of that had to do with the red hot start he got started with in match play, where he averaged about 262 for his first 2 match wins. Patrick Allen, the last player to make the cut after the 10 games of qualifying, really took advantage of it. The next 5 games got himself into match play.
Avoids a very difficult split on his second frame of this stepladder final format with Mika.
Playing inside, and I would have thought that PA would have tried to burn up a part of the lane further out, closer to the edge, closer to the channel, right around first arrow, but this is where he played them all week long. It's kind of hard to make big changes after you've done this for 30, 40 games in an event.
Covers the 8-pin nicely. 4th TV appearance of the season.
Take a look at this from overhead. His first ball right over the 3rd arrow, the 15th board on the left side. Judging by that ball going high, it looks like he probably has to get the ball closer to the 12th or 13th board.
First 4 seasons on tour for PA, made a total of 3 TV shows. And now, as we mentioned, number 4 already. So a definite candidate for Player of the Year. It's Emergence Day today. Look at the loft from Mika Koivuniemi on that angle from our crew. Good look as he leaves 1 pin, but he throws it so far down lane.
Well, and again, getting back to what he grew up on, he's a product of his environment like we all are. And back in Finland, the front part of the lane was really dry, really toasty. And the way you combat that is by lofting it, getting the ball in the air. It doesn't hook when it's in the air. And that also helps him to go really straight, which is something that's beneficial on a tough pattern.
Picks up the mark with ease. Each player, good start to his first match. Mika, the 1-pin lead. We mentioned Patrick Allen having a very good year with TV appearances. Same goes for Mika, had a great start to the season. 1 in wins or locks. The first time in his career, 4 TV appearances in 1 season.
Who can forget the perfect 300 game in wins or locks? What a day that was for Mika.
Fighting off the blizzard conditions for all the fans and bowlers just to get there that weekend near Hartford.
Check out the loft there. Not only does he let go of it very high off the approach, but then he lofts it into the air. Mika's a big man, 6'4", 6'5", real long arms. Easy for him to get that loft and that extension.
And takes care of the mark. First foreign-born player ever to win the U.S. Open and the Masters. And goes for 3rd major title here today in Reno, Nevada. But Patrick Allen has other ideas. 0-1, he won the U.S. Open and has a Masters title, which, as we saw at the top of the broadcast, is a very elusive championship for some incredible Hall of Fame caliber players. Back to PA. And it comes in a little bit high, and just 6 down.
It's not what you want to leave on this.
Well, 3-6, 9-10 if you're a right-hander, 2-4, 7-9 if you're a left-hander. And why this is so tough is because you have to throw a hook ball to cover the back pin back here. But if you get the ball a little bit too far to the left, it hangs, goes in the channel. A little bit too far to the right, it overhooks and misses everything to the right. Very, very tough.
Randy, two very emotional players. We're not seeing much along those lines yet. It's very early, of course, but the step ladder format got a win to move on, of course, as he covers nicely. These two have been quite outspoken, very demonstrative at times, but they're holding in right now.
And most guys on the tour will say when you make this spare, it's like throwing a double. As Del Ballard, our statistician, looks at me and winks with a smile.
So maybe the momentum will get that energy going we've seen from Patrick Allen in the past, who, in meeting with him last night, seemed very understated about his chances for Player of the Year. The old sports cliche, hey, one event at a time, one match at a time, but he's got to know in the back of his head, hey, he's got a good shot.
PA's a smart guy. He kind of lays back. He doesn't make a whole lot of noise until he gets on the lanes. And the one thing that I really like about PA, as he goes light on this ball, obviously struggling to get to the pocket, one thing I like about PA is, you know what, he lets his bowling ball in his game do the talking for him. He doesn't walk around telling everybody how great he is.
Multi-pin conversion numbers. Patrick Allen trying to hike the stat with this ball. Not making it overly easy on himself with single pin conversions. He's got multi, takes care of that nicely. Next week, PBA goes to Reno, and for much more on that, log on, www.pba.com. PBA on the web. Be sure to log on today. There are great tickets available for the U.S. Open. All the news in the world of bowling. That is the site you want to bookmark. Mika, one of the best balls we've seen between the two today.
Big man, big backswing, big loft. And on a tough pattern, this is a good combo because he can keep it straight and on line. That ball's dead flush perfect. Remember, over 7,000 games bowled, only one 300 game. Tough sport pattern. Remember, this is a major. Nothing's given. You have to earn it. Hit what you're looking at or else.
Haven't seen the crowd quite grasp the drama yet. We'll see if everything picks up now. As Mika looks for a double fifth frame, chance for a 17-pin lead. No strikes yet for Patrick Allen. That's what he wanted.
They don't call him Major Mika for nothing. Here comes the loft. The great hand, the rotation. This ball's going to shred the rack. And that's a big-time double. Fourth and fifth frame for Mika Koivuniemi.
And in finish, you'd say, Huva Heto. Good shot.
Good shot.
PA needs an answer here. Heading to the midway point, first match from Reno. And again, it's off the mark. Just can't find the pocket.
You can see just how touchy it is. A little bit too far to the left, the ball hangs. A little bit too far to the right, the ball goes right through the face. That's what most everybody faced this week.
On TV, 5 and 10 finals. The titles: Patrick Allen in Philly, Jason Couch, Grand Rapids. Mike Scroggins has the 4 shows, including 3 in a row, but hasn't won on TV yet.
They get there, but then there's some issues once they get there. I'm not sure why.
Needs to cover and does so.
Just a lock.
PA going to a ball change right now. This ball should roll sooner than the ball he's using.
5-1 record, a 208 average to get here. In the last spot, and look at that ball go right through the nose, way high. Just despite the ball change, Randy can't gauge where he's looking to go in the pocket.
Well, he made the ball change. I don't think he anticipated the ball hooking that much. Should have